Hello and welcome along to the Races TV. Pressure well and truly on after David Thomas did a great job, they tell me, filling in last week. Having a chat as well with Paul Bashara and Happy Trails. But anyway, we'll see if we can work through the pressure that DT has put on us. We're going to have a chat to Lloyd Kennewell shortly. His team in great form at the moment. He's got 3 runners in Melbourne on Saturday and 2 runners locally where we're racing at Morphettville. It's Grand National Steeplechase Day. On Sunday, finally, we get a meeting back in the southeast. We go racing at Narracourt, and next Wednesday we're racing at Gawler. Well, a big day for Lloyd Kennewell on Saturday, and they might only get bigger, Lloyd, as the spring rolls on.
Yeah, we've got a nice team kicking off Saturday for spring, so looking forward to it.
We had a trial recently at Morphettville. I dubbed it the Lloyd Kennewell trial. I reckon you would have got a kick out of that.
Yeah, look, it was only a 3-horse trial, obviously 3 of our better ones, and disappointing there wasn't any more in there to sort of give them a little bit of a rev up and make them go a bit quicker, but them's the breaks, but they all trialled well.
We might have a look at the runners that came out of that trial firstly. So the trial was actually won by Get the Nod. Now he runs in race 7 at Caulfield on Saturday, the Vane Stakes over 1100 metres.
Yeah, he's a nice progressive horse. He's worked well, he trialled well, and look, as with a great deal of our 3-year-olds, have been set for spring races, and thought we'd kick him off in Melbourne, see where he's at, and basically I think he should run well. He's drawn a little bit awkward in 10, but we'll leave that up to Joey to sort out.
Okay, Sunset Rock ran second in the trial. She runs in race 6, the Quisette Stakes, and she's come up with barrier 5.
Drawn beautiful, looks really good speed in the race, but she's obviously a nice filly with good ability, beat Go Indigo at a second start, and obviously a subsequent Group 1 winner, so I'd expect a good run from her. Just whether she takes one run for fitness, but she'll be right there.
All right, and your other runner in Melbourne is Yamundi. Well, she's come of age this preparation.
I remember when you didn't tip her to run a place in a 0 to 75, I think about 3 runs ago, but no, she's done a marvellous job this preparation. She's actually learned how to relax and settle and use that energy at the right part of the race, which is at the end when it counts, and I think she'll give him a pretty good shake on Saturday. They're all on the minimum bar moment of change. He's got 8 kilos more than anything in the race, so he'll want to be at his top.
All right, I think a lot of us had her pigeonholed as being a speedy squib.
I probably was one of those people. That's why we trialled her early and got her going as a 2-year-old, and it's good with age that she's actually changed her energy to the end of the race, and hopefully she can do that again Saturday. Well,
all of a sudden she's now won 6 from 17, over $300,000. She's obviously going to be a valuable broodmare one day. And what did you pay for her?
Lucky Luke paid $10,000 for her, so she was a good buy.
Yeah, who picked her out?
Luke did actually. That was one of his. I picked another one that year called Balagari.
All right, well, it goes okay as well. What's he up to, Balagari?
He had a break straight after he should have won at Caulfield, and he's getting ready for Spring Carnival.
Okay, and the 2 runners at Morphettville on Saturday. Race 6, Deiheros. We haven't seen him, I don't think, since he won the Magic Millions Classic in Adelaide.
Had 1 run after it, ran 3rd to London Lolly and Go Indigo. He was probably at the end of his prep, to be honest, and he did gain black type. We purchased a sister, and it got a bit of valuable black type into the family, so that was a good thing. But he's come up pretty nice. He looked like he trialled ordinary, but he's actually a horse that trials ordinary, works ordinary, but his ordinary comes good race day, and that's when it counts, so hopefully he can do that Saturday. I
should have remembered, you told me just before we came on, he's the only non-last start winner of the team on Saturday.
He is. I hope that changes Saturday.
And Hoylake, well, has he been a surprise packet, or was it just simply biding your time?
As you alerted everybody when he won 2 runs ago, that he clearly was a lot better with the blinkers on, and he's now unbeaten, and I hope that stays that way with the blinkers on Saturday. I think he's a horse that's definitely got great staying ability. He worked with a horse like Realia on Tuesday morning and had him well and truly covered. Realia's not fully fit, but that's still pretty good work over 2,000 metres, so I'd expect him to go right on with it and be pretty competitive Saturday.
All right. How much has he got left in the tank this preparation?
But if he keeps getting a picket fence, he may end up having 1 run over the border, but happy to take my time with him. We've been this patient this far, so we'll wait.
What do you think he might turn into?
Hopefully an Adelaide Cup horse next year.
I was wondering if you might say that.
Yeah, it would be nice.
And by then you'll be married, mate. You're just back from the Buck Show in Las Vegas?
Yeah, look out. No, it was a very good trip away. I think I needed a holiday after the holiday, but very keen to get amongst it now that it's Spring Carnival time. We've got a great depth in the 3-year-olds. We had 2 more win last week that looked pretty promising as well, so just hoping that it can continue through the spring.
Good luck on Saturday, mate.
Thanks, Mac.
Okay, finally to wrap up this week, let's have a look at the Grand National Steeplechase on Saturday at Morphettville. It's race number 2, sponsored by Perks Chartered Accountants. The race, a heat of the Over the Rainbow Jumping Series. Cat's Fun and Kirribilli Gold, both up the top there with 71 kilos. We've got at this stage, a field of 9 at acceptance time. for the Grand National Steeplechase. And we'll see you again next week for the Races TV.
There's nothing like a day at the races.